students. Now today we are going to discuss about the properties of solids. Okay? So here a solid has a definite shape and size. That you already know, that a solid has a definite shape and size. Okay? Then next, a solid cannot be compressed. What is the meaning of that? That when you press a solid, you won't be able to change the shape of the solid. Like if you're pressing a table for a long time, you cannot change the shape of the table, isn't it? So solids are more rigid and they cannot be compressed. A solid cannot flow. So you know that what flows? Liquid flows, isn't it? Gases flow. But solid cannot flow from one place to another. A solid is highly dense. Dense means the molecules are very closely packed towards each other. Okay. A solid has its constituent molecules very closely packed. So that is why we say that a solid has very high density. A solid exerts pressure due to its weight only on its base downwards. So if you place some solid, like you are placing a weight on the table, so that will exert its weight towards the base, that is in the downward direction. So weight always acts in the downward direction. So solid exerts a pressure due to its weight. Suppose we sit on a chair. So what happens? We are exerting a weight on the chair which is equal to our own weight. So solid exerts pressure due to its weight only on its base downwards. A solid has strong intermolecular force of attraction. The molecules are very closely packed and they attract each other very strongly. Okay, so in solids there is a strong intermolecular force of attraction. So these are some of the points which you have already learned. We are just revising and adding some more points to it. So let us see, a new point has been added. A solid has a low thermal expansion. That is, it expands a little on heating. So low thermal expansion means when you heat a solid, it only expands a little. Expansion means the molecules are moving little far apart. Okay. So because in solids the force of attraction is very strong, the molecules just move a little on heating. So that is why there is a little expansion. Expansion എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ? ഇങ്ങനെ നീളം കൂടുക. Okay, ഇച്ചിരൂടെ വികസിക്കുക. So it expands on heating. Then in solids the molecules are not free to move from their position. They simply vibrate on either side of their mean position. So the molecules are just sitting on their mean position and vibrating. A solid can have any number of free surface. So you know that if you take a solid, you can see that it has some free surfaces. Like if you take an example of a Rubik cube, how many surfaces does it have? It has 6 surfaces, isn't it? A cube has 6 surfaces. Your pencil box also has 6 surfaces. Okay, so there are different surfaces. Like you have a diamond. Diamond has so many surfaces. So solid can have any number of free surface. Okay, then a solid is highly rigid. Highly rigid means you cannot compress it, but can be stretched into wires or beaten into sheets. So you can stretch a solid, you can pull it, like you have a copper wire, you can pull it and draw it into wires, or you can beat a solid into sheets. You can use a hammer and start beating a solid and you will see that it flattens up and it becomes into, it can change into sheets. A solid does not easily diffuse into other solids. So diffusion means merging with each other. When two substances they mix with each other, the molecules they move into the spaces and mix with each other. Okay, just like if you put a drop of ink in water, you know that the drop of ink, it merges with the water and the whole solution becomes blue. But in case of solids, if you place 2 solids together, they won't merge with each other, isn't it? One will not enter into the molecules of the other. So a solid does not easily diffuse into other solids. Next we come to the properties of liquids. Okay, liquids have a definite volume but no definite shape. because they acquire the shape of the container in which they are kept. So you all know that liquids, they acquire the shape of the container in which they are kept. Then liquids are almost incompressible. Okay, so they are also incompressible. Liquid can flow. Liquid are viscous, that is, each liquid opposes the relative motion between its different layers. Okay, so viscous means there is some kind of difficulty in flowing. So liquids have a viscosity. Okay, when one layer of molecules start moving, the other layer will try to stop it. So this is called viscosity. Some liquids are very viscous. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Like you take honey. If you put honey on the table, will it flow very smoothly? No, honey is very thick, isn't it? So we say it is very viscous. So all liquids have this property of viscosity. Okay, so what is viscosity? That means when one layer of liquid is moving, the other will try to stop it. So it is not very easily, it does not flow very easily. Liquids have a tendency to occupy minimum surface area. The surface of the liquid, it has a sort of tension. Okay, there is a tension on the surface. This is called surface tension. So due to this property of surface tension, the surface always behaves like a stretched membrane, something which is stretched. Okay, so liquid always has a tendency to form a drop, spherical drop, because of this tension. Okay, so you just have to don't go into much detail. This is just to familiarize you with some terms, so that when you hear it for the next time, you will be more comfortable with all these terms. So viscosity, surface tension, don't be much worried about this. Even when question is asked, you don't have to write all the properties of liquid. You will just be asked any 4 properties or any 5 properties. But this is just for you to hear these terms. Okay, surface tension means the surface is in the stretched tense state. Okay, surface of a liquid, that is called surface tension. Next, liquids only have one free surface. So liquid have only one free surface, that is the top surface is free. A liquid can easily diffuse into other liquids. So because of the intermolecular spaces, one liquid can diffuse into other liquid. Just like I told you, ink and water, isn't it? Yes. Liquids are less rigid. So they are not so rigid. And the molecules in a liquid are closely packed. So molecules in a liquid are not very closely packed like solids, but they are less closely packed. The intermolecular force of attraction is weak in liquid than in solid. That you already have studied. Then liquids have high thermal expansion. That is, when we heat a liquid, it expands more on heating than solids. Solids expand only a little bit, but liquids have more high thermal expansion. That is, when you heat it, it expands, it stretches out, it becomes bigger in size. The molecules of a liquid are free to move within the boundary of the liquid. So molecules are not free to move outside the boundary, but within the boundary of the liquid they can move. A liquid exerts pressure in all direction. Okay, a liquid exerts pressure in all direction. Next, a gas has neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. It acquires the shape and volume of its container. So gases, you have learned that it does not have any shape or volume. Gases are highly compressible. That is, you can compress a gas. You see, when you take a balloon, you can press it, isn't it? So they are compressible. Gases can flow. They are also viscous. Gases can flow, but their viscosity is less than the liquids. Liquids are not so easily flowing, but gases can flow very easily. Gases are not rigid. Okay, so you can compress it. Gas diffuse into other gases very fast. Gases move very quickly. Like a perfume bottle, when you open in one corner of the room, the smell reaches the other corner very easily. A gas has no free surface. So gases do not have any free surface. Liquids have one free surface and solids have many free surfaces. In a gas, the molecules are least closely packed. So they are packed not very closely packed here. So good packing is in solid, then second liquid, and then here they are least closely packed. Then the force of attraction is very less. So there is no force of attraction among its molecules, no or least force of attraction. The thermal expansion of gases is very large. So when you heat a gas, it expands because the force of attraction is very less, no? So the molecules will go as far apart as they can. So gas will increase in its volume. Okay, so we saw about thermal expansion. In solids, it is very little, isn't it? When you heat a solid, it increases to a very little extent. In liquids, it is more, and in gases, it is the maximum or highest expansion. In a gas, the molecules are free to move in a random manner in zigzag path everywhere. So the molecules can move in any direction anywhere. Gases do not show the property of surface tension because they do not have surface. So because there is no surface, so there will be no surface tension. So liquids show surface tension. A gas exerts pressure on the wall of its container from all directions. So when you take a gas, it will exert pressure in all directions. For solids, we saw that it was exerting pressure in downward direction, isn't it? Because of its weight, it was exerting pressure only in the downward direction. But in liquids, it was exerting pressure on all directions. Here also, gas exerts pressure on the walls of its container from all